So I'm gonna talk about my experience that was on Bourbon Street. This is my first time going on Bourbon and on semen retention. I've been retaining for about like a year plus, like a year and like 6 months. So with semen retention, fellas, you're gonna have a different eye. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna actually see the truth in everything. You're gonna actually see what the world really is. So it's like, dog, when I say you see everything, you look at everything. So when you start looking at all this type of stuff, you gonna really see like, bruh, we really in Babylon. We really in a movie. Cause the world ain't what you like. When you constantly excessively masturbating, you are putting yourself in a situation where you're not accepting your reality, accepting who you are. You're not accepting what's going on around you. So when you retain, you are starting to actually accept the world, accept your reality, accept your situation. So when you start to be able to look and see the world for what it really is, you'll see like, you'll see the truth in everything. So that's why, you'll have the discernment, but you'll be able to see what's actually going on. So like with the experience on Bourbon, this is my first time actually seeing it, because when I used to go on Bourbon, I used to be like talking to women and like drinking and smoking and just doing things that was just what the world wants you to do. Like you just doing the wrong thing, and you don't really see it in God's eyes. That's what I think it is. Like when you're on retention and you're starting to retain for so long, you're starting to see the world in God's eyes. You're starting to see it, what you need to fix. And this goes for everybody, what we need to fix, what we need to change, what we need to improve on. So, like, when I was down there, I could see, like, I would be down there and going to, like, clubs, and I would just see the people. Like, I would just stand there and just watch the people. Like, when I tell y'all, they really look like zombies. They just need to be eating people and they'll be zombies. But they really look like zombies. Like, and the things I'm about to tell y'all is so real. Like, you'll be like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? The state where the world is at is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's how they want it. But, like, you'll just see, like, all the people just drinking, doing things that's ungodly. Like, you'll see that people just using people, taking advantage of people. Like, I was just down there just watching people they just doing whatever to like fulfill their flesh or fulfill like whatever like they lacking. People have a hard day at work, hard day at life, and they drinking their sorrows away, drinking their problems, just trying to break free of whatever they going through. So like, and when you're on retention, you can see the pain on everybody. You can see the pain. You can look at and see and look at what they going through, and you can see a lot of it. Like, dog, you can see demonic possessions. Like when they be drinking alcohol, you can see when they drink alcohol, how the demonics will be going in and out their body. Bruh, I'm telling you, you gonna see it all. You gonna look at everything. So it's like, I'm just like, bruh, I'm looking at all this stuff happening, people doing this. I see, like, I'm looking at the women. They got the president as the president to make men think, oh, men run the world. They really want the women running the world, and they got it like that. I was seeing time and time again the women having a masculine frame, bro. This is the problem with the men in our generation. And it's because we're not retaining. It's because we're not having a purpose. It's not because we're putting the time and effort into something that's meaningful. We out here chasing lust. We out here chasing validation. We out here chasing like appraisal. We supposed to be praising God and putting the work in our craft and us. This is why men is getting used and abused right now. Like, I was just looking at like women that have the masculine frame. The man would be the one being. You know, he'll be the one having a hissy fit and whining and all that. I saw it countless times and times again. And I'm just like, bruh. And the women looking like they got the masculine friend. They looking like the man is nothing. You know what I'm saying? And the woman is just like looking at him so like, why is she with him? And she about to manipulate him or use him. That's how they was like looking. And I saw it countless where the women will be controlling. The man will be expressing his feelings. The woman not even caring. She just looking at him. You know what I'm saying? And it's because men lack testosterone, which is semen retention and getting back to who they are. They lacking a drive, a purpose. They lacking like just being, you know, standing as a man. So, and this is why the women do what they do. And I saw that countless times. And then when I was on it, I just want to see like how to look on semen retention. Dog, it's so painful to see all these people go through all this. Because you could really see all the sorrows, all the pain, all the trials. You could see it. You could look at it all. So it's just like, dog. Then I had went, like, I would just be talking to people. You could see all, like, they finessing you out of money. You know what I'm saying? They trying to bribe you out of money. Then I went to a strip club just to see how it'll be. You know what I'm saying? To see, like, what aspects on retention and looking at the world, how this will look. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just in there looking. Now, see, when you're on semen retention, you have purpose. You have, like, you know what you want out of life. You have a drive, a direction. So, and see, the thing with retention, this is why female attraction is coming towards you, fellas. Like, with women, you got to understand, they are like this is why you have to be focused. Because, see, women are like cats. You always notice a cat plays with yarn or plays with a toy because the toy is focused. The toy, if the toy had a mind, is just doing what it wants, and the cat likes to mess with it. When you're on semen retention, you're focused, you're serious. So, in a woman's job, she gets turned on by the more she interacts or messes with something. So all the time you serious and sturdy and firm, the more they do that, the more you firm, the more it turns them on. And the more when they try to interact or mess with you, that's what turns them on. So when I'm just sitting there, just enjoying not really enjoying myself, but trying to really observe all this on retention. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting and looking, not really going with the lust. I'm really just observing. Like, I'm sitting there observing. People probably thinking, oh, he wants to dance, oh, he wants all this. I'm really just observing how the world is really operating on retention. So, you know, I'm just sitting there looking, and the women is shaking and all this, and they drinking and they laughing and they just doing all kind of like sinful things. The women is naked, booty out, you know. They doing this. They selling their body for like $50. You know what I'm saying? You could, and then when you're on retention, you could see like their intentions. So you could see they trying to grind and finesse guys because they drunk, taking advantage, getting guys for attention and all this type of. It's wild, like, you know what I'm saying? It's all kind of stuff. So I'm just like looking. So the women will try to come to you, you know, and they really can't. It kind of could sense that they can't play you on retention. This is why you won't be attracted to their body, fellas. You know, you're going to have to really find a woman that's matching your charisma, matching who you are. Because it's going to be hard to find that, because it's just so much that a woman, she only has one trick, and that's the body. You know what I'm saying? If she ain't got nothing else to offer, you're going to see it. So it's just like, I would just sit there, and they would try to throw their body on me. But I'm just really just observing the world. And they'll try to throw themselves on you, try to like get you to spend money and all this. I wasn't going to spend it, and I wasn't going to give them what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? Because I already knew what I was coming in. I was just trying to observe. So it's like, that's another thing. You got a lot of strong-minded. You focus. So it's like you can't be deterred. So I'm just looking, and all these women are doing the same thing. Like, one woman come up trying to talk. Wasn't really giving her the time of day, you know. Then another woman comes to me. I guess she must have thought I was bait or easy to get, you know what I'm saying? So she comes up and she's sitting down and all this, trying to talk and all this, trying to get the money. I'm just not even falling for it. And it's like, then the girl starts to get aggressive and tries to actually make me go and spend money. And I wasn't trying to spend no money, you know what I'm saying? Then, so I didn't do it, you know what I'm saying? And then I went to the bathroom. There was this dude in there. He said he was a millionaire. The dude pulls out like $3,000 to $4,000 of money, you know what I'm saying? And then this other dude was in there. So we all talking to him, and he just telling us about different things, like he about to spend all this money on these women. I'm looking at him like, what is he talking about? Why is he doing that? But you know, just listening to him talk. Then he gave a 20 to another dude. Then he gave another 20 to the same dude. He gave me a 20. And he like, y'all go do this, spend money on it. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Then he was like, he said, hey, don't spend your 20, your 40 on it. Give it to him. Talking to me. And I was wondering, I guess he must have saw like I had like wasn't really into the stuff they was doing that night. So he was like, he gave all the money to me, the $60 to me. And I'm thinking to myself, like, God must have blessed me with this man, because he must have saw that I didn't need to be in this place. So he gave me the $60, and because I didn't fall for temptation with that stripper that was trying to get me to spend money, you know, I'm guessing that was God blessing me, saying, you know, you learn and you actually starting to see what the world really is, and don't fall into like people trying to get you. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like a blessing. That's what I was starting to get from that situation. But it's just like, dog, seeing that on Semen Retention was wow. I'm telling you, dog, we really live and they live, like, well, like they got the lizards and the people, they trying to just control humanity, dog. You really could look at it like that. You really could, dog. People really zombies. They just going, they lost souls. They just doing whatever to feed the flesh. Fella, stay on retention. Work, stay on retention. You could interact with women and men and go out, but just stay on retention. Only give your energy to a female that's worthy of your energy. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you put your focus to your grind, though. That's what I'm saying. Put it to your grind. You could go out and party, but it'll be pointless because you could be putting that time and effort into yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you want to do that. And when you get to the point, find a woman or a person that can match you, and y'all get married and have kids. That's how you would do it. Because looking at that, just keep excessively masturbating, keep going out, keep partying, keep, you know, wasting time, keep not figuring out who you are. Stay on Semen Retention so you can find out who you are, find out what you're good at, learn new things, so you can be able to actually amplify all your strengths and be able to really just go out and get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're on retention, when you're not on retention, you starting to look for other things to figure out who you are. See, when you're on retention, you already gonna know who you are by trial and error, learning new things, trying new things, going to new places, finding out a new craft, going through some trials, going through some hard times. Like I say, if you have a bad day, stay on retention. It will make it better in the long run. Don't have a bad day and then relapse. You starting over. Don't be relapsing. You know what I'm saying? Try to have some discipline. Try to go a long streak. Don't count the days, but just try to go a long streak so you can be able to, you know what I'm saying, build up some standard to yourself, you know, some discipline. So that's the thing, fellas. Just stay on retention, because all the stuff that you think you need, you do not need. You know what I'm saying? Stay on retention so you can find out who you are, amplify your traits, and you're going to find your purpose, and you're going to be able to actually see what you need to do. Don't just be chasing stuff. Let things come to you, but put the work in so you can be able to see what is coming to you, what you need and what you don't need. Cut off toxic friends. Cut off all the things that don't serve you no purpose.